He watched the soldier douse the terrorist with cold water, but it was useless. They weren't getting a confession, so he grabbed a nearby club. The soldier, thinking he was about to brutalize the prisoner, moved to stop him, only to be knocked to the ground himself. Seeing this, the others outside rushed in to restrain the man. His reason for beating the soldier? He had been too soft on the terrorist. Just a few hours earlier, they had received a video. In it, a man named Mark claimed to have planted 3 small nuclear bombs in 3 different cities, all set to detonate in 4 days. The baffling part was that Mark had then deliberately allowed himself to be captured. After hours of interrogation, the military had gotten nowhere, which is why they called in the FBI and a specialist known only as H. But instead of interrogating Mark directly, H's first move was to assault the soldier. While H was being restrained, an FBI agent named Helen slipped into the interrogation room. She hoped to use the disturbance to gain Mark's trust. As Helen gently wiped the water from his face, she tried playing the family card, bringing up his wife and children. Helen naively thought the FBI's usual playbook of pressure and promises would be enough to create an opening, but Mark completely ignored her. Just then, H ordered everyone out of the room. He then had a soldier bring him an axe. Outside, Helen had no idea what H was planning to do. She watched as they forced Mark into a chair and strapped his right hand to a wooden block. H didn't ask a single question. In his mind, showing any mercy to this kind of terrorist was gambling with the lives of 10 million people. He lifted the axe and chopped off one of Mark's fingers. He then ordered his men to put a plastic bag over Mark's head. H's goal wasn't to suffocate him. It was to make Mark understand that there were countless ways he could be made to suffer. H knew perfectly well that this interrogation was a life-or-death struggle from the very beginning. Since Mark had turned himself in, he was obviously prepared for anything. That's why H wasn't asking questions. He needed to instill a primal fear in him first. He then took out a small knife and took something essential from Mark. Witnessing such a brutal act, Helen was at her breaking point. She went in to intervene, telling Mark that if he wanted the torture to stop, he had to give them something useful. But Mark was unmoved. To kill 10 million people, he said, a little pain is a small price to pay. Hearing this, Helen went back to her only leverage, his wife. She told Mark that his wife and children had been detained while trying to leave the country. If the bombs went off, she explained, his family would die along with everyone else. This finally seemed to cause him pain. He relented, saying he would state his terms the next day.